Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Grinding Corner, the place where I unilaterally decided I was going to discuss random thoughts that I have, in a very low effort kind of way, I guess. Today featuring some Lost City project, aka 2004 Scape, fishing for your entertainment. I had a random thought this morning and I've been obsessed with it all day, so now I'm taking you with me on this ride. My particular thought was, what would the implications be if we had an inventory in real life, similar to how it works in old school RuneScape? Well, I guess RuneScape in general, really. Now, my first thought was something that's probably not very relatable for many people, but I've noticed reading my comments that some people seem really happy when they unlock some of my lore, so here's a little bit more for you. My wife and I don't expect to stay much longer in the area we're currently living, which means that even though we just moved, we're expecting to do it sooner rather than later again. And my very first thought when it came to having an inventory in real life was that it would make making boxes for moving so much easier. We're ultimately trying to have as few boxes as humanly possible when we move again. So the idea of being able to juggle and see 28 different items at once without having to dig into a box or leave them lying around, that honestly seems so nice and convenient. And considering in RuneScape you can fit a barrel with a teenager in it in one inventory space, surely you'd be able to fit the boxes in themselves. As someone who doesn't like moving, although if you do, you are crazy. Anyone who likes moving here? Let me know in the comments if you're a sicko who likes moving, and please justify your deviant behavior. Anyway, back to the topic. The idea of my wife and I being able to just sit in the car with all of our stuff basically in our pockets, that is straight up the only superpower I need right now. Now, another weirdly trivial but still super convenient thing I thought of was how much an inventory would help for cleaning. Imagine being able to yonk just everything that's on the counter and put it in your inventory, then wipe the counter off and just take mere seconds to put everything back where it was. If that's not the definition of efficiency and convenience, I don't know what is. It would also be really nice when I'm vacuuming to not have to move things from one corner of the place to another, and instead just throw it all in the inventory. A third thing I thought would be revolutionized by having an inventory is manual labor in general. Imagine every professional tradesperson being able to carry every single tool they might ever want to use on a job. At that point, you don't need a company van, you need a lot less storage. It would make it so much easier to squeeze into tight spots or walk for a long time hauling all of your equipment. I'm no tradesman, but I imagine it would make things a lot more chill. Now, my wife and I, we are outrageously skilled at forgetting to bring our bags or grab a cart when we go shopping. So I was thinking the general experience of shopping would be incredibly convenient if between the two of us we could basically carry 50 items in our pocket. Although while this is all well and good from a customer's perspective, I expect it would be an absolute freaking nightmare from the perspective of the shop owners. If some naughty person is walking in your store, it just takes one tick to slide something in your inventory. And the way I see it, since if you want you can roll up to a monk of Entrana carrying 28 pairs of dragon claws, and they only notice you're trying to bring weapons to their lovely island of peace and love after having done a thorough search of your person. In my headcanon, you can't see what anyone has in their inventory unless you are physically searching them. So if you're a shoplifter, you can have 28 Rolexes on you, and if no one's seen anything, they will not suspect a thing. So unfortunately, as neat as having an inventory would be for the average Joe, I think that is far outweighed by how much it would help criminals. Imagine how trivial robbing or burglarizing a place would be if you're able to carry on your person pretty much every single piece of weaponry or tool or equipment you could ever want without raising any kind of alarm from everyone around you. If you're just walking on the sidewalk and you're about to cross paths with someone, you know they're not carrying a big weapon or the remains of the 12 people they murdered that day, because there's no way to hide that. But not so with an inventory. I think I'd be too paranoid to go outside in these conditions. Or maybe I'd myself start carrying a weapon and then I'd become part of the problem. So yeah, in the end, real life inventory, as nice as it would be for a lot of things, I think I'm good. I would rather be able to go outside without feeling like I'm in the freaking deep wilderness, thank you very much. I don't know how you Americans do it, honestly. Calm down, Americans, it's just a joke. although. But anyway, thank you for coming to the Grinding Corner today. I hope you enjoyed a few minutes of some unscripted random thoughts about a topic I just came up with this morning. If you even watched this channel, I'd consider you a multi-OG, so thank you for being such a handsome legend. Doing this is kinda chill and really low effort, so if you'd like to hear more of my random thoughts, just let me know. You can even suggest topics or ask questions or anything in the comments. Doesn't even have to be RuneScape or even gaming related. As long as it's interesting, I'm happy to spend some brain power on it, why not? Quick posture and hydration check before I go, and I will see you next time. Peace.